I'm Bill Schaefer. I'm a member of the Social Studies Department here at Central Springs. I want to welcome students, staff, community members, distinguished guests for coming to the Central Springs Veterans Day program. If you please rise for members of the Ed Tassel American Legion Post 110 Color Guard will present the color.
Present on. Order on. Right shoulder on. Up, out, face. Forward, on. Left. Mark time, on. Color guard, hold. Up, out, face.
Thank you. Good morning, and welcome to our 2022 Veterans Day Assembly. We are excited to host our joint Veterans Day Assembly this year with 6 through 12 students, faculty, and community members. It is a pleasure to have you here with us today as we honor all those brave men and women who have proudly served our country. My name is Josh Bass, and I am the Central Springs Middle School Social Studies teacher. I hope you enjoy our district's presentation as we say thank you to all that have served. Veterans Day at its core is a day in which we give thanks to all those men and women who have proudly served our country. Yet to many it means so much more. It means more to the families who have had a loved one serving and they didn't come home. It means more to the families who don't get to celebrate the holidays with loved ones while they are serving. It means more to those that have missed the birth of a child, or missed their child getting their first tooth, or even taking their first steps. Veterans Day is a day in which we honor all veterans and remember all of the daily things they and their families sacrifice in order for us to enjoy them. Today's presentation is just a small token of our appreciation for all that you and your families have given up in order for us to enjoy the freedoms that we have. Without you, we would not be able to enjoy so many things we take for granted. So from all of us at Central Springs, we want to say thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce our high school band, who will be getting us started. Mr. Younger.
Thank you, Mr. Bass. Good morning again. The Central Springs High School Concert Band would like to present a salute to each branch of the United States Armed Forces. If you have served, are currently serving, or have a loved one who has served or is currently serving, we ask that you please stand and be recognized when your service song is played. Additionally, nearing the conclusion of our performance, we ask that everyone who is able please stand as Joey Marino leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance, immediately followed by the singing of our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you for your service through the performance of Larry Clark and Greg Gilpin's stirring arrangement entitled Armed Forces, the Pride of America. We hope you enjoy.
United States Army. The United States Marines. The United States Navy. The United States Coast Guard. The United States Air Force. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
before Ashley Kohler comes up and says a few words on behalf of the school board, I'd like to just take a moment. I hope a lot of the students and staff will join me in giving a round of applause for all the brave men and women who stood up when their branch was recognized there. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ashley Kohler, a member of the Central Springs School Board, who would like to say a few words on behalf of the school board.
Good morning. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We have the pleasure of having two staff members who are actually veterans, and I would like them to stand. Bill Schaefer is here with me today, and his wife Barb Schaefer is at our North Springs campus. You could give them a round of applause. Now I'd like to ask all the veterans to please stand as I say a few words of respect towards you. Those of us who have not served will never fully understand the sacrifices you've made, both in the time of peace and in time of war. We never fully understand what was required for you to do or how you were able to do that for us. We will never fully understand the depths of your scars, but we offer this to you today. We see you, we recognize your humanity, and we send you love that is gentle, patient, and healing. With blessings and gratitude, we ask that you remember you are so loved, and thank you.
At this time, we have two members of the Central Springs National Honor Society who have prepared a speech that are going to speak this time. So I'd like to introduce Edric Coleman and Ella Pipper.
Hi, I'm Ella Pippert.
And I'm Edric Coleman.
We are both seniors here at Central Springs. Today, we would like to thank all veterans past and present for serving our country. Originally called Armistice Day, President Wilson proclaimed this day as a tribute to the Americans who sacrificed their lives in World War I. However, after World War II and the Korean War, many veteran service organizations wanted a slight change to this national holiday. So, in 1954, the 83rd Congress changed November 11th from Armistice Day to Veterans Day to honor all American veterans who have served in any war before or after World War I. We honor our veterans in every time of peace as well, for they protect what our war veterans fought and died to defend.
We celebrate this day and we honor veterans today because we know that without them, there would be no land of the free. Without the veterans of the American Revolution, there would not even be a United States of America. Without the brave men who fought in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the War on Terror, we might be living in a country, in a world where freedom of choice, the right to vote, and personal safety entirely no longer exist.
Alan West once said, "We must never forget why we have and why we need our military. Our armed forces exist solely to ensure our nation is safe so that each and every one of us can sleep soundly at night knowing we have guardians at the gate. Our veterans have honorably served our nation so that each and every one of us can be safe in this country. They sacrifice everything for our nation's freedom and protection."
There have been many members of my family that have served in the armed forces. My cousin Simon is currently serving in the Marines. My great-grandfather, who also served as a Marine, lost his arm in Korea. My uncle, a former United States Army soldier, missed his children growing up so that he could defend this country. In a quote from G.K. Chesterton, "The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him." None of these people I have named off desperately wanted to go to war. For all veterans of all wars, this has been true. The brave men and women who fought for our country did not do so because they had some hatred for the enemy. It was because they had a deep love for what they left to protect. All of our veterans have protected our democracy, our freedom, and our way of life. Today, we honor and thank them.
And tomorrow we must continue to honor them. They have given us the chance to live in freedom today and an opportunity to look forward to tomorrow. They have given us every day, and they have protected every freedom.
Veterans Day is a day to honor our current and past soldiers who have laid their lives on the line for our freedom. Our debt to the heroic men and women in service of our country can never be repaid. They have earned our undying gratitude. Thank you, veterans.
We will now have two readers from the middle school as well, reading two Veterans Day poems. Our first reader is Eddie Prune.
On Veterans Day, we honor all who answer to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old, fought for freedom, brave and bold. Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride. We're proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of red, white, and blue. They fought for us and all our rights. They fought through many days and nights. We though may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same.
And our next reader will be Addie Peterson.
The Best on Earth, a Veterans Day tribute. If someone has done military service, they earn the title veteran and more. They earn our deep respect and admiration. That they are special, no one can ignore. They sacrifice the comforts we enjoy. The list is long of all the things they do. Our veterans are extraordinary people. They're loyal, dedicated, true, and brave. When terror and invasion were real threats, they showed us they could handle any storm. We owe our freedoms and our very lives to our veterans who served in uniform. Our veterans should be celebrities. They're exceptional. No other group compares. We're grateful for the many things they've done. They're always in our hearts and in our prayers. We owe our veterans support and friendship. Let no one ever question what they're worth. These men and women who served our country, our veterans, the very best on earth.
We will now have our 7th and 8th grade band performing American Fantasy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 7th and 8th grade band seated behind me here would like to perform for you a beautiful medley of America and America the Beautiful entitled American Fantasy, written and arranged by Mike Story. We hope you enjoy it.
I'd like to take this time to introduce our keynote speaker for the program. Speaking today is Staff Sergeant Luke Shear with the Iowa National Guard. Staff Sergeant Shear has spent 12 years in the Iowa Army National Guard and 8 years with the Recruiting and Retention Battalion. Staff Sergeant Shear is from Osage, where he lives with his wife, Alana, and 3 kids, Draven, Cade, and Adeline. While in the National Guard, Staff Sergeant Shear graduated from the University of Northern Iowa with a bachelor's degree in political science. We are very thankful for Staff Sergeant Shear to speak with us today. Without further ado, Staff Sergeant Luke Shear.
These guys did a pretty great job already. You might just hear a little bit of repeat stuff that they've already talked about. But on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the Allies in Germany put an end to World War I. That conflict, referred to at the time as the War to End All Wars, prompted leaders to designate November 11th as the day to honor all veterans of World War I. Years later, it became the day to honor all veterans. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's ceremony, and thank you for attending. I'm honored to be speaking with you today on such an important occasion. We're here to honor our service members. and to remember their sacrifices and the courage it takes to defend honor, duty, and country. We're here today to honor our heroes, to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication. Thinking of the heroes who joined us today and those who are only here in spirit, a person can't help but feel thankful and blessed. We stand in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those who nobly serve. I'd like to ask the service members and veterans who are here to please stand. Thank you for answering the call to duty. You have made our armed forces the most respected in the world. Thank you. Please be seated. Now I'd like to ask family members of any service member to stand. Thank you for all the sacrifices you have made and for what you've done to support your service member. The service members we honor today come from all walks of life, but they all share several fundamental qualities. They possess courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity. All the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they loved to fight. They were called to be part of something much bigger than themselves. They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect the nation, which has given them and us so much. Your presence here today, and that of all the people gathering all across America, is a tribute to those lost troops and their families. It is a way to say we remember. From the soldiers who shivered and starved through the winter at Valley Forge, to the doughboys crouched in the muddy trenches of France, to the platoons who patrolled the hazy jungles of Vietnam, to those who fought in the blistering heat of Iraq, and the young men and women who patrolled the mountains of Afghanistan. We remember and we honor them all. Like many service members, I joined to be a part of something bigger than myself, to serve my country and do my part no matter how big or small it may be. I wanted to help others. I wanted to do something that is highly respected and to serve my country for those who wanted to, but were not able to serve. I tried looking for jobs after college, but in all reality, I always felt there was something missing. I finally reached out to my Iowa Army National Guard recruiter and I enlisted within a month. I thought, wow, there's absolutely nothing better than being able to still serve my country and do it right here at home. I decided I wanted to do more with my knowledge and my experience. I wanted to help shape the lives of individuals who have that fire and passion to be better and to do more with their lives. So I decided to be a recruiter. I believe there's nothing better than being able to serve my country and help change lives all at the same time. Being able to reach out to individuals who are uncertain of their future, and even those who wish they would have joined sooner. It truly is a blessing to be able to help someone start a future, and at the same time to help our great nation. The strength of our nation depends on willing individuals from every corner of our state, every social, economic, every demographic group, every ethnic background, to step forward and serve alongside their fellow citizens. Before closing, I'd like to challenge you all to volunteer and be active in the community. There's a lot of negativity in the world today, and we could all benefit from volunteering and serving the community that has served all of us. Thank you for attending. God bless you and your families. God bless our troops, and God bless America.
Thanks again to Staff Sergeant Shear for coming and speaking today. We really appreciate you sharing your story and your words of encouragement. At this time, the high school choir will be performing Who Are the Brave by Joseph Martin and words by J. Paul Williams. So at this time, the Central Springs High School Choir. On behalf of the staff here at Central Springs, I would like to thank you all for coming. A special thank you to Staff Sergeant Shear for his keynote address, our student speakers, as well as the music department for their wonderful pieces. Most importantly, I would like to thank all veterans and their families. I would encourage all students to remember to thank a veteran, not just today, but every day. If you have an opportunity to please stop and thank these brave, courageous men and women, please do so, students. At this time, the American Legion Post 110 will retire the colors. At the conclusion of the colors being retired, students, please wait for me to dismiss you. At this time, the colors will be retired.
Forward, halt. Left. Walk down, halt. Left. Color guard, halt. Street color. About face. Forward, halt. Left. Halt. Color guard, halt. Right, feet. Forward, halt.
This concludes the end of our program. Thank you again for attending.